oh no. And he started talking to me, and then and the thing is, if he asked me, what religion are you, and if I say I'm Christian, he would just say, oh, you drink alcohol, you eat pork, whatever, and then
always the same
right
argument starter.
Yeah.
It's like an introduction.
Or like Jesus, you think he's God, he's not God. And so I just kind of. So I found the way that you can get around it is, it's very difficult because I want to believe with the same line. And the one thing that I really liked about the Bible or the scriptures.
It refers to the Holy Scriptures. It's more easy not to separate them. Just as you say, the Tanakh, New Testament, Gospel, and
so like the Holy Scriptures, we have a 1,500 year period where everything. And if you read it, it all flows nicely, like theologically or spiritually. Everything fits. That's one of the big reasons I believed in it, because I said, wow, I can read the book of Isaiah that Yeshua is going to do these things, and he does them 700 years later.
Yeah.
Whatever. But anyway, so the guy, he goes, we believe that Jesus didn't die on the cross, that I was a spy, this sort of thing. And it's very difficult for me to know how to react to that. But the way the point I was going to make was just that, I was just trying to show him that, look, I don't know about all those things. Actually, I knew more, but I didn't want to get into it. I let him talk a lot. But I can only tell you what happened to me was that, I spent many years of my life snorting cocaine all the time. That's all I did. Or like drinking, and I know that, and that I had no fear of God and all this stuff. And I personally, so I now I'm religious, and so but I do find it difficult to deal with Muslims sometimes because, it's the truth with everyone, but it's hard to know what to say when he says that. I don't know if it's the Quran or it's a hadith or what.
Yeah. They refer to the Sunnah of Muhammad, and then they reflect on the hadith or Al Quran because it's a divine inspiration.
And then they say the scriptures have been changed. The Jewish scriptures have been changed.
Yeah, but it's true, and that's why the Essene scriptures are coming to rise again, because that proves them right. You know what I mean? So they let's say they are convinced that in the time of the Prophet that they had the original ones from the Christians, because the Prophet Muhammad, he had many relatives who were Christian actually. Yeah, to be true. You can find it, timeline and the connections, the bloodline and all. So he had like the original teachings, but he saw them being corrupted because it was for him a life experience. But you have to take in mind, we talk about the Jews in Mecca, Medina, and not the Jews that we know now. These Jews is a different aspect within Judaism. Their traditions were different, and Muhammad has followed the Jewish traditions way before, Islam came to being in existence. Pre-Islam, that's how they call it. Arabian culture mixed with Jewish way of thinking in life, following the Torah. That's what he did. So for that there was nothing else. So he had to draw upon these aspects, and there were Christians or there were Jewish people, more Jewish than Christian, and Arabian culture. So, but these things.
For example, a Muslim thing they would say that the idea that in the first book, I only know it's the Genesis, that God created the world in 6 days and then rested on the seventh day, and that's Shabbat. They said that's blasphemy because God would never need a rest. This sort of thing, and to me, like that just seems to me like they are the ones who are. I have no pride. I like Muslims. I like the fact that they have strong devotion. They don't give up. They're not easily following, but they are the ones who are changing scripture.